Hey, what's going on, you guys? Mr. Moody1235 here again, here to do a quick little review. I had a subscriber tell me that he wanted me to review Plastic Beach and then show him everything that I own Gorillaz related. His name is Gorillaz Rockstar. I really love his username. But I already did a video showing everything Gorillaz related that I own, but it was a long time ago. I'll link the video down there below. And it did just occur to me that I haven't done a Plastic Beach review yet. So I'll go ahead and get it out of the way. Gorillaz, Plastic Beach. This is the third album from the band. Kinda came after a long hiatus after Demon Days in 2005. Another, the normal hiatus for Damon. Gorillaz albums seem to come out every 4 or 5 years because they usually go off and do other projects in between years. After Damon got done with the debut album in 2001, he went back to do Blur's album Think Tank in 2003, and then came back to Gorillaz for Demon Days in 2005. Then we got done with that, they went on to do Monkey Journey to the West, a new opera where Damon composed the album, and Jamie was art director and everything like that in 2007. And Damon was also doing The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. So they had a whole lot of things going on at that time span before they came back to Gorillaz for this album. Damon is a workaholic. He just now got finished doing the Dr. D opera, and now he's working with Africa Express again. And I'm hoping by the year 2014 or 2015 we can get a new album from these guys if they decide to come back. And in a recent interview, Jamie seems to be pretty confident that they'll come back, so that's good news, but we'll have to wait a few more years. But anyway, on to the album. This album goes further down the road of having a whole bunch of different genres, as in all of their albums, except this time it's a little bit more intended on the world music. It's a little bit brighter and a little bit more happier than Demon Days was. The songs are a little bit more catchier. It's probably not the right word for it. The album starts off with an orchestral intro, and it's a really great way to start off the album. It has a bunch of beach sound effects behind it with seagulls and all that shit. Which leads into Welcome to the World of Plastic Beach, which features Snoop Dogg. And he also did the opening animatic for when they do their live shows. So that was really cool. He does a great job on it. He has a really cool verse about, like, I don't know, the island and stuff like that. It's a really good beginning to the album. I mean, like, welcome to the world of Plastic Beach. The next song, White Flag, goes down in Gorillaz world music. I talked about this in a video when I was doing those Gorilla Styles videos that nobody was watching, so I stopped doing them. But it's one of my favorite world music tracks by the band. It features Kano and Bashi. They're two UK rappers. 2D and Damon is not featured on this track at all, but the Syrian Orchestra does a phenomenal job on this track, and I loved seeing them live because they had a little jam session that led right into White Flag, and it was amazing to see live in New York. I was so happy I got to go to that. That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You don't see Gorillaz that often, so I'm so happy I got to see that. Rhinestone Eyes is one of Gorillaz' electronic tracks, and one that the fans most like from this album. And noting that there's not really many like killer singles like Feel Good Inc. on this album, fans really took into account what they would assume to be the singles on this thing, and there's a whole lot of highlights for me as well, this being one of them. I really like the lyrics on this track. I really like the synthesizer part on this track, and it's really good. The next song is the first single from this album, Stylo. While I enjoy the live version of this track more, I absolutely love the rap that Mos Def has at the beginning and ending of the song, and Bobby Womack's vocals are really powerful. When this song first came out, before the album did, I was a little disappointed in this song. I like it a lot more than I used to now, of course, but back in the day it was a little disappointing, but now it's one of my favorites, and I understand why it was put out as the first single. Super Fast Jellyfish is one of my favorite songs on this album. It features De La Soul, the same rappers that did Feel Good Inc. It has some really creative lyrics about how we're going to be eating jellyfish in the future as like a type of fast food. It's also an expression that Damon wanted to talk about things that were underneath the sea in the Plastic Beach universe. Whatever. I mean, It's a great song. It's a great song, and one of the catchiest ones on this album. Which leads into my second favorite song on this CD, Empire Ants. This track features Little Dragon, and was the song that really made me want to listen to her stuff, apart from Gorillaz. It's a very soothing and very beautiful song, and probably one of the quietest moments and loudest moments of the album. I have a really soft piano sounding ballad at the very beginning from Damon, and then it grows into this electronic club jam, and Little Dragon's vocals have like an echo effect on it, and it sounds really swooning, and it's really big, and it's so pretty. It's just one of the best songs on here, in my opinion. I got the Japanese edition, by the way. In that video that I'll link down there below, talking about my my Gorillaz releases, I just had the Experience edition from America, but I got the Japanese edition because it has a bonus track. Because I'm a nerd like that when it comes to Gorillaz. But anyway, going on, we have a song called Glitter Freeze after Empire Ants. And this is kind of the group's kind of instrumental jam. It was regarded as this album's really fast, dirty track, like White Light and Punk. But this song is almost 3 minutes long, so it doesn't really have the comparison of those tracks, which were, you know, like 1 to 2 minutes. But still, it's great. It's a great song. It was one of my favorite tracks to hear live, actually. Nothing special about it, but it fits well with the album. After that, we have Some Kind of Nature featuring Lou Reed. I'm not a huge fan of Lou Reed. His vocal delivery, maybe it just maybe because he's pretty old now, it just seems kind of dull and boring, but I love the chorus to this song. I think 2D, or Damon, has a really great section on this song, and it's one of my favorites on the album. After that, we have the second single from this album, On Melancholy Hill, which is the Gorillaz kind of acoustic ballady song on this thing, and one of the fan favorites. Even people that don't like Gorillaz like this song, and that makes me really happy. If you were going to pick the biggest standout track from this album, it would probably be On Melancholy Hill. And it's not even that fast-paced, and it's a great song. The next song, Broken, started out as a demo that you could hear before the album was released, but what's weird is the sound from the demo and the actual thing that shows up in the album hasn't really changed that much, and it's been regarded to some fans as kind of a throwaway track on this album. I personally love the song and the weird sound that it has to it because it is pretty different. If I can find the demo, I'll let you hear 2 clips of it side by side so that y'all can really see that it didn't change that much from its demo form.
Distant stars come in black or red. I've seen their worlds inside my head.
The next song, Sweepstake, is this killer rap from Mos Def. It just goes on forever. It's a really long song, and Mos Def just kills this track. It gets stuck in my head a whole lot, and I have to rap along with it. The beat is sick. I love this song. The title track, Plastic Beach, features 2 members of The Clash playing guitar and bass, and it's a great song. It's one of those that many fans probably forget about, but when they actually do hear it, they actually really enjoy it, like me, for example. I like the chorus on this song as well, and I like the guitar and the melody. To Binge is next, which is another track that features Little Dragon. She honestly has some of the best collaborative moments on this album, in my opinion, and her and 2D, or Damon, are doing like a duet on this song. It's kind of like a little love ballad. It's one of the slower, sweeter moments on this album, but I love it. Cloud of Unknowing is a really slow orchestral jam, and it also has Bobby Womack singing the whole song. It's a really pretty way to almost end the album that leads into Pirate Jet, which is a really short song and just kind of fades out, and it's probably my least favorite song on this album. That and Cloud of Unknowing tie is probably being one of my least favorites. In short, get it. It's amazing. Money 1, 2, 3, 5. I'll see you guys later.